Welcome back, dearies, to Sinfully Desilicious. I am excited about this week's recipe as it's a twin celebration for me. Yes, it's Tamil New Year and it's also my better off's birthday. What could stop me on this occasion to feast you all? As its dual gala, I came up with a classic South Indian sweet but with a twist. It's a simple but scrumptious sweet which we term it as Kesari. And the twist is the variations are incorporated in it. I made 3 distinct flavors to create 3 delicacies to surprise you. Kesari are basically a sweet pudding made of semolina, milk or water along with ghee, sugar and some flavoring agents, finally garnished with nuts and raisins. It has different names across India like suji halwa, sheera, kesari puff. Coming to my 3 variation, the first one is sweet nutty flavored coconut milk kesari. I made this with regular semolina, sautéed in ghee and cooked in coconut milk and tender coconut water, then sweetened with sugar and garnished with nuts and raisins. Here I used turmeric powder for natural coloring. Next comes the vegan healthy Poongar rice kesari. I prepared this with Poongar rice or women's rice which are ground to gritty texture like semolina and cooked with coconut oil and jaggery. Here the rice itself imparts golden brown color to kesari. I explain in detail about the health benefits of women's rice in Poongar arisi Aval upma and Aval kesari. I've shared the links for the same in the description box. You can substitute Poongar arisi with any red rice varieties available in the market and follow the same procedure. Finally comes the luscious creamy custard apple kesari. This is again semolina and milk based kesari, but with the inclusion of custard apple, it elevates the texture and taste to the next level. Since mango season is ending, you can replace custard apple with mango pulp and make delicious mango kesari. Hope you had an insight about the variations I made. With no further delay, let's get into the recipe. First, we'll start off with the sweet nutty flavored coconut milk kesari's preparation. For this, heat a kadai with 1/4 cup of ghee. Roast required cashews and finely chop figs and raisins in it. Once they turn brown, remove the nuts and keep it aside. In the same ghee, roast half cup of semolina along with 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric powder for 2 to 3 minutes in medium-low flame. Meanwhile, slightly warm 1½ cup of thick coconut milk and half cup of tender coconut water mixed in a bowl. After roasting the semolina well, add this warm coconut milk and tender coconut water mixture. Stir well and vigorously to avoid any lumps, then close and cook in low flame for 6 minutes. After the given time, liquid must have absorbed. Open the lid and stir well. Again, close and cook for another 2 minutes in complete low flame. This will help the semolina to cook well and turn soft. Make sure the semolina is cooked well before adding the sugar because sugar prevents the food cooking further. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder and 3/4 cup of sugar. Immediately stir vigorously to avoid any lumps as the sugar melts and thin the texture. Finally, add 2 tablespoons of ghee or any neutral oil. Cook in low flame for another 5 minutes. Keep stirring intermittently to avoid burning in the bottom. It will reach a stage where it stops sticking to the bottom and gathers as a single mass. Now switch off the flame. Garnish with roasted dry fruits and nuts. While serving, grease a cup or any small mold with ghee. Then tightly press and fill the kesari and flip it on any serving plate or banana leaf. Sweet nutty flavored coconut milk kesari is ready to relish. Sweet nuttiness from coconut milk and tender coconut water enhances the flavors along with ghee and dried fruits. I'm sure you will give up making regular kesari and this will become your to-do list. Now let's move on to our next variation, healthy vegan Poongar rice kesari. Take half cup of Poongar rice in a bowl. Wash it at least 3 times to remove any dirts. Drain the rice and spread it on a kitchen towel or tissue to remove excess moisture for 30 minutes to 1 hour. After the given time, dry roast in medium flame for 4 to 5 minutes. You can notice the rice popping up and smoke starts coming off. Now switch off the flame and transfer to a plate. Let it cool. Once the rice is cooled down, transfer it to a mixie jar. Only pulse it to get rava or grit-like texture. Do not grind the rice as it will turn into flour. Sieve the ground mixture to separate the rava from the flour. Apparently now you can see the gritty texture of rava after sieving. The sieved Poongar rice flour is similar to regular rice flour. It can be used for making pancakes, rotis, pakoras and fritters. Now heat a pan or kadai with 2 tablespoons coconut oil. If you are not a vegan, then you can use ghee. Roast the Poongar rice rava for a minute. Parallelly heat 2 cups of water till it reaches rolling boil. Lower the flame completely, then add the hot water to the roasted Poongar rice rava. Mix it well. Then close and cook for 8 minutes in medium-low flame. Open after the given time. Little water will be there. Mix it well. Again close and cook for another 18 to 20 minutes in low flame. Once open it and stir in between. Meanwhile, grate or break 1/3 or half cup of jaggery into small pieces. Add very little water and just melt it in a pan. Once melted, strain it to remove any dirts and keep it aside. After 20 minutes of cooking, rice rava would have cooked. Now add 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder and the melted jaggery. Combine it well for 2 minutes. Finally, add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, mix and let it simmer for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of simmering, it gathers as a single mass. This is the right consistency. Now switch off the flame. Finally, garnish with roasted nuts of your choice. Your vegan, healthy Poongar rice kesari is ready to serve. It has a unique nutty flavor from coconut oil and Poongar rice, caramelized flavor from jaggery, and the gritty texture of the rice rava. It is a wholesome delight to relish with no regrets. In my previous post, I have also prepared Aval kesari from the Poongar rice Aval. This Poongar rice Aval kesari is a very quick and simple recipe to do. I have shared the link for the same in the description box below. Please do check it out. Now let's move on to the fitting finale of this week's recipe. It's the custard apple kesari. For this, you need 1 big custard apple. If it's small, take 2. Scoop the inner pulp with seeds onto a strainer and keep a bowl beneath it. After scooping out the pulp, use a fork or hand and mash the pulp to remove the seeds. After de-seeding, measure the pulp to half cup. Heat a kadai or deep bottom pan with 1/4 cup of ghee. Roast required cashews and raisins in it. Once turned brown, remove the nuts and keep it aside. In the same ghee, roast half a cup of semolina for 2 to 3 minutes in medium-low flame. Meanwhile, heat 2 cups of milk with a pinch of saffron. After roasting semolina, lower the flame and add the hot saffron milk. The reason why I am emphasizing to lower the flame is when you add any hot liquid to roasted rava, it tends to splatter. After stirring vigorously, close and cook in low flame for 3 minutes. After the given time, milk must have been absorbed. Open the lid and stir well. Again close and cook for another 5 minutes in same low flame. By now, semolina would have turned soft and cooked through. Open and add half a cup of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder. Immediately stir vigorously to avoid any lumps as the sugar melts and thins the texture. Now add the half cup of de-seeded custard apple pulp. Combine it well. Finally add 2 tablespoons of ghee. Close and cook in low flame for another 7 minutes. Now open and keep stirring for another 2 to 3 minutes. It will reach a stage where it stops sticking to the bottom and gathers as a single mass. This is the right consistency. Now switch off the flame. Luscious, creamy custard apple kesari is ready to relish. Your loved ones will eat this delicacy with gusto. Every scoop will slip through your mouth as a silken treat. Do celebrate your special occasions with this classic South Indian sweet with a twist. For more such fascinating and unique recipes, visit my website Sinfully Desilicious. When I discovered cooking, I discovered myself. So can you.